Okay, here we are for video 2 of the finance unit, unit lesson 1, labeled day 15. So we've got word problems, simple interest. All right, so what is simple interest? If you already watched the first video, we were working towards this idea of word problems. We've got these variables, but what are they? Well, what you were looking at was something called simple interest. It's where you make a one-time deposit or whatnot, and you get a steady linear interest the entire way through. So your first one is your interest calculation, how much interest you get, is your PO, which is your principal, times your rate, which is whatever interest rate in decimal form, times your T, which is time in years. And then you've also got these A formulas. A is the amount in the account at the end. And it's your PO plus 1 plus RT. These are the two main ones. Now, you don't have to memorize these. You can keep these. You can look at them. You don't have to memorize these formulas. You don't have to memorize what they are. So keep that in mind moving forward. We just have to know when to use them. So one of the big questions is, when do I use the I versus when do I use the A? So I is interest, A is amount at the end. So if you're being asked for I or have I, you would use your interest formula. If you're being asked for A or have A, you would use your A formula. So I always like to look at what are my knowns, and I list them. Do I have PO? Do I have R? Do I have T? What's the one unknown? You should only have one. And then figure out which formula would work. So somewhere in there, you should have an A or an I. So if I need A, I would use that one. Okay. So that's, again, what I like to do. I like to go through. And that first one is simple interest, which you'll hear about in your Math 154. So for the first practice problem, we deposit $1,230 into a savings account, paying 2.8% simple interest. Great. How much will we earn in 4 years? So I'm going to put my formulas up here because we don't have them memorized and we don't have to. There we go. How much interest? That's asking for I. So I need my I equals PO RT formula. Let's hope we have everything else then. So my 1230 is the initial value. The percent is your rate. Make sure to write it as a decimal. And then our T is 4 years. So I equals PO R T. I can type that directly in my calculator, which I will. And I am earning $137.76 in interest. Yay. Now it's asking how much is in the account at the end of 4 years. That's A. So we have PO, we have R, we have T. And you can type it in exactly as you see it with that one set of parentheses. And so I end up with $1,367.76. Okay. Next one is question 18. What is the simple interest rate on a $750 investment paying this much interest? So I have the interest, so I'm going to use the interest formula. Now over here, I know I want R, so I'm going to pre-solve this for R. So I'm going to come over here and divide by that POT. And then this needs to have parentheses. So I can already come over and say R is I divided by PO times T and do it this way. Now I just have to figure out what all these stand for. So this is I. This is PO. It's the initial amount. And this is my time. Okay. So 18525 divided by 750 times 9.5. So that gives me 0.026. The rate should be as a percentage. So multiply it back out to get your rate. Just like we change it to a decimal to put it in the equation, we change it back into a percent to take it out of the equation. So I'll leave that up for a minute. Okay, and then next, we have question 19 to finish off this simple interest part. So how much should Erin invest at 4.5 simple interest to earn $100 interest? So there's her I. T is going to be in years. So I need to divide by 12 there. 5 months, 12 months, and 1 year. So just be aware of that. That's why the T is 512. And then I have my interest rate, and I need a PO. So I is equal to PO RT. So I'm going to divide by the RT. Okay. So PO is I divided by R times T in parentheses. So PO is 100 divided by R. And then you can just literally type this the whole thing through. It doesn't matter because it's all multiplication and division. All right. So 100 divided by 0.045 times 5 divided by 12, close parentheses. So in order to get that interest in those 5 months, she has to do this amount. All right, that is it for video 2. Have a wonderful day.